How are you doing? I hope you all are doing really well. Today we are going to start with syllabus of class 8 with chapter 8 cell structure and function. What is the meaning of word cell? Cell is derived from a word, Greek word cellula, which means compartment. Okay. In 1665, Robert Hooke observed a thin slice of dried cork under microscope, and what he observed are empty compartments. So in Greek he named them cellula, which we now call as cell. So who discovered cell? Robert Hooke in 1665. He observed thin slice of dried cork under microscope. Now, as we have seen that our chapter name is structure and function. So why it is written here as cell, structure and function? And before we go further, let us understand what is the definition of cell. The structural and functional unit of life is called cell. So, what we have written in definition, structural and functional unit of life is called cell. So, why we have written structural, functional, or the other definition of cell is the fundamental unit of life. Why we have written the definition of cell as the structural and functional unit of life. So now we will understand why it is a structural and functional unit of life. So first we will understand why it is called structural. We all know all organisms are made up of cell. All the living organisms are made up of cell. Cell together come together and form tissue. Tissue forms organ. Various organ together forms organ system, and organ systems form a complete organism. So, on the basis of number of cells, an organism can be divided into two types: unicellular and multicellular. Unicellular organisms, as the name suggests, uni means single suggest these are the organism, these unicellular organism are the organism which are made up of single cell only, and multicellular organism are the organism which are made up of more than one cell. Multi means many, many cell. Okay, so now back to the point, structural. Why we are saying cell as the structural unit? As we have seen here, the multicellular organisms are formed from different type of cell. Cells of same type form tissue to perform a particular function. Different tissues come together and form an organ. Various organs come together and form organ system, and various organ system come together to form a complete organism. So we are here seeing that an organism is made up of many cells. Many cells, right? So this is multicellular, and it is forming multicellular organism of different size and shape. So we are saying that it is structural unit of life, because all the organism, whether it is a unicellular or multicellular organism, it is formed from a single cell. Okay, now we will understand the meaning of functional unit of life. Why we are saying cell as a functional unit of life? We are saying cell is a functional unit because every cell, अभी हमने देखा था कि unicellular organisms जो हैं, they are made up of only a cell, single cell. They are made up of a single cell. Okay. So that single cell in unicellular organism perform all the processes which are important for their life, जिनको हम क्या बोलते हैं, life processes. So single cell is performing all the life processes which are important for staying alive. Right? When a single cell is performing all the life processes which are important for staying alive, means it is performing various function like nutrition, respiration, transportation, excretion, etc. So we call cell as a functional unit of life. We call cell functional unit of life because it is performing all the life processes which are important for staying alive. Okay, so that is why we define cell as the structural and functional unit of life. Okay, now we have discussed who discovered cell, Robert Hooke in 1665, type of organism on the basis of number of cell, unicellular and multicellular organism. Then we have seen the definition of cell. Now we will see types of cell. Cells are basically of two types: prokaryotic prokaryotic. As the name suggests, again, pro means primitive. Karyotic, karyon, it means nucleus. U means new, or you can say true. Karyotic again means nucleus. So, prokaryotic cells are those cells which have primitive nucleus. Eukaryotic cells are those cells which have new, or you can say true, nucleus. And now सभी यही सोच रहे होंगे कि what is primitive nucleus and what is new or true nucleus, right? So what is primitive? Right? Suppose this is a cell, okay, and न्यूक्लियस मीन्स जिसके अंदर हमारा जेनेटिक मटेरियल है वो ऐसे ही अनऑर्गेनाइज्ड तरीके से विदाउट एनी प्रोटेक्शन पड़ा हुआ है एट इन सम कॉर्नर ऑफ अ सेल. दैट टाइप ऑफ न्यूक्लियस इज नोन एज प्रिमिटिव न्यूक्लियस, and the cells which has this primitive type of nucleus is known as prokaryotic cells. So the main thing about prokaryotic cells is these are the cells with primitive nucleus. And what is primitive nucleus? Means it is not organized. These cells do not have well organized nucleus. And this not so well organized nucleus is known as nucleolus. Okay. Now we will see what is true or new nucleus. So, true nucleus. Suppose this is a cell and here it is my genetic material. It has a protective membrane outside it. This protective membrane is nuclear membrane. So it is well organized. It is not mixed up with the other material of cell. So this type of nucleus which is well organized is known as true nucleus, and the organism and the cells which have this type of nucleus is called eukaryotic cells. Okay, the cells which have this well defined, well organized nucleus is known as eukaryotic cells. Okay, now we are done with cells, type of cells, type of organism on the basis of cells, and the definition of cell. And we also have seen that how from cells we get tissues, tissues together to form organ, organ together form organ system, and organ system together form organism. This hierarchy, cell, then tissue, tissue forms organ, organ form organ system, and organism, is this hierarchy is known as what we call level of organization. Right? Understand? Clear? Now we will see, we have seen so many cells, many things about cells, so many things about cells. Now we will understand the cells. Okay, cells. We will now study the different types of cells. We have seen types of cell on the basis of nucleus, right? We have seen different types of cell. First, on the basis of number. On the basis of number, we have seen that cell are of two types: unicellular, multicellular, cellular. ठीक है? Next, on the basis of nucleus, we have seen that cells are further of two types: prokaryotic and eukaryotic. Okay, clear? Now we will see the size and shape of cells. Size and shape of cells. Do all the cells are of same size? No. We can say it starts from a micrometer to a few centimeters. So first we are talking about size. The smallest cell is PPLO, pleuro pneumonia like organism. The smallest cell is pleuropneumonia like organism, and the largest cell is, any guesses? Nerve cell, or you can say neuron. Okay. shape of cells. Shape of a cell depends on its function. Depends on its function. Okay. Okay, like amoeba, which is a unicellular organism, it has irregular shape. It does not have definite shape. It has irregular shape. Similarly, in our human body, we have WBCs, white blood cells, which also do not have definite shape. Do not have definite shape. And what is the function of these WBCs? These WBCs help us fight against pathogens or disease causing organism. ठीक है? Similarly, muscle cells, these have spindle shape. This shape helps in performing the function of movement. These shape helps them in contraction and relaxation. The function of muscle cell is basically contraction and relaxation of muscle, right? So basically the shape of a cell, it depends on its function, that what function it is going to perform. So amoeba, it is going to take its food with the help of pseudopodias. So it does not have a particular shape. It has irregular shape. Similarly, WBCs, these also do not have definite shape. They help us fight against pathogens which enter our body. Okay, so we are done with shape of cells, size of cells, type of cells, on the basis of number and on the basis of nucleus. Okay, thank you.